Hey everyone, welcome. Thank you so much for bearing with us as we just did some last minute solve some tech issues behind the scenes. We have a great show for you today. For some context, to introduce myself, my name is Kelsey. I work on the StreamYard team as the head of production, and I'm super excited to facilitate an amazing conversation today with none other than Roberto Blake. So we are going to talk about how to grow your community and your business using StreamYard and Kajabi. So I think it's going to be an awesome talk today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring on Roberto. Roberto, what's up?
How's it going, Kelsey?
Going well. It's nice to see you here, and I'm excited to talk about StreamYard and Kajabi together. You are the best person to talk to us about this.
I'm really excited to talk about it too. I've been a StreamYard user for many, many years now, and also a Kajabi user for I think about 6 years now. And both of these have helped me in my six-figure business. This is probably one of the keys to my overall creator business and workflow, and I'm really excited to talk about it.
That is amazing. It's the perfect segue, I think, into our slides. So I know you prepared a deck for us today, which is going to give us helpful visuals to kind of pillar, all of the amazing knowledge that you're going to share with us today. So I'm going to bring those up and we can jump right in.
Yep, designed them myself. I used to have a background in graphic design and advertising before I was a content creator. And I also, as a result of all of this, I built Awesome Creator Academy, which is my creator business that is hosted on Kajabi. And we've been hosting on Kajabi pretty much since the very beginning with that. And so anybody who wants to can check out awesomecreatoracademy.com. But I really want to talk about Kajabi and StreamYard. And I also want to talk about how I know everyone's excited about AI and everything it can do. StreamYard and Kajabi both have some great tools and things behind them, but something that a lot of people don't understand is how practical and profitable this can be. I have been using StreamYard to do multi-streaming on YouTube. A lot of people don't associate YouTube with live streaming, Kelsey. A lot of people, when they hear streaming, they think of other platforms. They think about Twitch, and they think about several other platforms. They do not associate with YouTube. I'd argue YouTube is the biggest and the best streaming platform, and most people are sleeping on it, especially those who are education-based creators. So if you're an education-based content creator or you're a business person, YouTube's the place to be. Second biggest search engine in the world, ranks you in Google search. The content can be monetized directly with the live streaming. Live streaming can get you into the YouTube partner program very, very quickly. My podcast channel is a completely separate channel, got monetized very quickly through live streaming on StreamYard. And one of the things I love about multi-streaming is that I don't have to rely on YouTube subscriptions or notifications. People will know that I'm live and they can choose where the best experience for them is. My live streams have probably been the best marketing for my Kajabi-based business. It's been very successful. I actually posted the lifetime and 30-day revenue there, and that's without selling a $500 course yet. That's just using my live streams that I do at StreamYard to promote my existing products, which are $9 to $99 digital download products, my $59 a month membership community, and my one-on-one coaching offers. And that has been what's been successful for me. And I'm happy when we do move into full-on courses instead of $99 micro courses later this year. But it's been great to build a six-figure business using StreamYard and Kajabi. Couldn't be simple.
This is awesome context, and I think it sets us up for such an amazing conversation. But before we dive into the nitty-gritties, Roberto, I think our audience is made up of, Kajabi users, StreamYard users, and then potentially some people do both already. But I think more so we're reaching an audience who's familiar with one of the two platforms. So that we can bridge that gap for our listeners, can you give a little overview of each platform so that people can conceptualize what we're talking about here?
I absolutely can. So with Kajabi, it is an all-in-one platform that you can use to build an online business. So this means that you can have your website, and landing page like I do at awesomecreatoracademy.com. And then you also can have landing pages for your individual products like I do for my pro group membership or my YouTube starter kit, my brand deal starter kit, things like that. You can have these individual landing pages. And with those, people can go directly to your products and you can convert those into sales. They go into the back end of your system. The revenue is captured, all their information is captured into a CRM, what we call a customer relationship manager. So Kajabi provides that. And this could also be used for email list. You could use this to set up something like a free digital download, a PDF, a email sequence, like a free email course, for example. You could capture emails, own the relationship with your audience, no algorithm standing between you. You can manage that all with Kajabi so that you can actually know that you own it. And the difference between this and a platform like YouTube or Twitch is that if you do your membership community on YouTube or Twitch, or you try to do a microtransaction on YouTube or Twitch, it's either a 70-30 split on the YouTube side or a 50-50 split on the Twitch side. With Kajabi, you do have to pay for it every month, but guess what? You're not splitting double digits of your revenue with anybody. Make it, take it. And that's what I like. So keep 98% margin.
I love that. So for our StreamYard creators who are live streamers and maybe have gotten to the point where they're monetizing on platforms like YouTube, etc., Kajabi is kind of the next step for them. Is that how you would categorize it, where they can, build a business and kind of host all their content and create courses and that type of thing?
Yes, courses, your own membership. Keep in mind, if I was doing a $59 a month membership with YouTube, which I'd be very limited in my offering and I couldn't customize it. I couldn't make it look and feel the way I want, couldn't have it function the way I want, and I wouldn't own the email list or the relationship. If I did that with YouTube, I'd be splitting 70-30 with YouTube. If I tried to somehow try to hack that into Twitch, I'd be splitting it 50-50 with them. Even if I did something with Patreon would be getting 8 to 12% of the money. I don't have to think about that with StreamYard. And people wondering, well, how can I afford StreamYard, Kajabi? People are like wondering with Kajabi, well, how can I afford it? My answer is very simple. Because I offer coaching, if I take one coaching call, it pays for the Kajabi cost. So one coaching call a month pays for the Kajabi cost. So in terms of how can you afford it, get one coaching call booked. In terms of memberships, I didn't have to get a lot of members started for it to pay for itself. Even when I originally launched my membership, it wasn't $59 a month. When I first started, it was $29 a month. But for $59 a month, what I did was I offered 2 weekly group coaching calls and access to all of our digital products, as well as a 100-hour library based on webinars that we did and trainings that we did. So we have 100 hours of stuff that's not repurposed from my YouTube channel, but was training. And we used StreamYard to be able to make that training. We canceled some of our other software. We were using 2 or 3 things. We were able to start doing all of our trainings and webinars with StreamYard, kind of like we're doing right now.
Awesome. I love that. So we got kind of the overview of Kajabi. Can you give us the overview of StreamYard just briefly for those users who haven't heard of it or just are unfamiliar?
StreamYard makes streaming simple. Couldn't say it any differently. StreamYard makes streaming simple. Basically, StreamYard gives you the ability without downloading software to have live stream capabilities, even invite your guest, host multiple people, and not have to have you or your guest download anything. It is just click a link simple. You also, within StreamYard, with the Pro membership, you have the ability to have multiple brands. If you have a YouTube channel, but you also sometimes do a podcast, whether it's on your YouTube channel or a different channel, you want different branding, different backgrounds, different layouts, different background music, logos, sound effects, all of it. You can sit there and you can have it across multiple brands and be able to do that. You have team members. So if you need background producers and you need help and you need your mods to be able to have certain things that they can help you with, you can have a team of people on the back end of your StreamYard to have production behind it. You also have the ability to do local recordings where it takes the individual video from your streams and the audio, and that's all downloadable so you can edit it to your heart's content. So it's great for being able to do a powerful and professional looking podcast, whether you want to do that live or recorded, and you have the capacity to repurpose it. And for repurposing, I like the idea that if you want to get into YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels or TikToks, our good friends over at Opus Clip, you could just take everything and repurpose it there with AI and automation. But StreamYard, if you want to do it manually, has an editing and clipping tool as well. And so you could reformat and you could clip around that if you're willing to do it manually versus using AI. And so some people might prefer that. Or, of course, you can download everything, bring it into your favorite video editor. I'm a Premiere Pro guy. You can edit to your heart's content. Best other feature, you can simulcast to multiple platforms. In my case, I'm monetized on almost every platform. It also lets me build an audience and lets people decide what viewing experience they want to have. Also helps me grow my other platforms. Primary example, I love simulcasting to LinkedIn. So I get to do LinkedIn Live because there's almost nobody creating content over there. So I win.
Awesome. So yeah, just for our audience, to reiterate what Roberto has been saying about StreamYard, the simulcasting or the multi-streaming allows you to reach all of your audiences across your platforms all at once. So we had a couple of questions in the chat. Does it stream to Facebook? Yes, it does. It streams to all major social media platforms, including Instagram, which we just released. But we also just got a question in the chat from Miranda that says, is StreamYard integrated with Kajabi? So I think this is a good segue for us, Roberto, if you don't mind, where we can talk about how you actually logistically use the two together and how you create on StreamYard and then how you post that on Kajabi or how you utilize it on Kajabi.
Sure, absolutely. So there are a couple of different options. You actually can, with StreamYard, you can embed on pages, which means if you wanted to, you could take something that you've already recorded, for example. You can either upload a recording that you've done for, let's say it's let's say it's an evergreen webinar instead of a live webinar. Let's say it's an evergreen webinar. You could upload that from StreamYard directly to Kajabi. But if you wanted to host a live webinar on a page with a go live page, you could set up a landing page in Kajabi that has a timer, has an event tied to it, captures an email, and you could also embed using the StreamYard on air features. You could also embed and have that option there for StreamYard. You can put together something similar to what we have going on today. So that is an option. And as I'm sure you and the rest of teams work together, I'm sure there'll be many more opportunities to integrate the two. Something I had to do in the early days when I first started using Kajabi was I had to set up a Facebook group because Kajabi didn't have its own built-in communities feature yet. You could have memberships, but it didn't have the built-in communities feature yet. So I had that. Some people would do a Discord or whatever. I had a Facebook group. But now that it has built-in communities, so you wouldn't necessarily have to take that step. But what I ended up doing was when I started using StreamYard, we've started using StreamYard, having our group membership for our 2 weekly calls all get on a StreamYard call together, and we enjoy that. And because of the StreamYard cloud storage, all of those things are sitting there in the cloud. We have them stored in the Facebook group. We can download them whenever we want. And so that was a really great feature. And it's the same thing for whenever we do our trainings, and we always have a backup of everything. So that's the other thing I love about StreamYard. Cloud backups.
Cloud backups is awesome. And we got another question from Eric just on that note. Can you do local recording with StreamYard without going online? The answer is yes. You can do local recordings. You can do cloud recordings. You don't need to use it as a live streaming tool, which it lends itself very well, right, to using Kajabi. You can create recordings within StreamYard, make them look super branded and really, dial in the visuals of that, and then export it and utilize it on your Kajabi site.
Yes. And you also, for those of you who are doing podcasts that are not just video podcasts, but you're also doing an audio podcast, you can download either the mixed down stream or you can download the individual audio, and then you can remaster that. And if you want a great tool when it comes to your audio podcast that's AI based, I would recommend using Podcastle for that, for the to master the AI with a couple of clicks and do the audio editing. And then from a hosting standpoint, it could distribute it out there. Or if you want to do a paid paywall podcast, StreamYard has the ability for you to upload it there and have it sit behind a paywall.
Awesome. And I want to get into more nitty gritties, Roberto, on how you use StreamYard and Kajabi to how you've used it and how you continue to use it. But before we get into that, there is a relevant question from Ty that says, Kajabi has a live session. How does this differ? Can you answer that for us?
Yes, Kajabi's live session is available to you because there's no extra cost and it's built in, and that can be convenient. However, it doesn't have all the dedicated features and tools that StreamYard has. Number one, with the Kajabi live session, you can go live within Kajabi, within your group, your community. However, if you want to do something that allows you to have the reach to be able to grow your funnel, you can't multicast. That's one. Also, with the Kajabi live session, you don't currently have the ability to easily strip out the audio. You'd have to use another tool to really do that. With StreamYard, you can strip out the audio. You can get the individual videos from the local recording side from everyone that was on camera. So if you wanted to edit and repurpose, you have that. With StreamYard, you also, during this, have the ability to put a shortcut using the shortcut B to bookmark and mark individual things. So if you ever need to go back and edit, you can. Or if you want to splice clips, you can. It has the clipping tool feature as well for you to do that. And so then you could be able to get individual clips and go ahead and use that to repurpose. So the thing is, Kajabi doesn't have all of those features, and it doesn't have the multi-stream, multicasting capabilities. And with Kajabi, you wouldn't have some of those other features in terms of being able to do an organized and branded webinar like this, to where basically if you do something in real time with StreamYard, you might not even have to do that much of editing besides just cutting and clipping, because you can have videos that pop up on screen. You can screen share, screencast. You can make your own custom layouts for the video, your own custom branding and graphics and background music and so on and so forth, all in stream, and not have to do any editing after the fact. So it can just all be produced. That's the other advantage.
I love it. So while it is two separate platforms, it actually does smooth your workflow because of the ease of, what each platform offers. That's what, I'm getting from that.
That's what I like to do. I like to try to reduce myself to specific tools and as few of them as possible. In fact, with StreamYard, I was able to eliminate about 2 or 3 other tools that I was paying for. And with Kajabi, you might not need that many other tools on the back end of your business. There's several tools that having Kajabi allowed me to eliminate.
I love that. On that note, Roberto, let's get into more, nitty gritty, like I mentioned, on how you utilize the two platforms together.
Sure. I think it's kind of, to some degree, illustrated in this Venn diagram, is that with StreamYard, I'm able to do a round of publishing. Primary example, I could film a podcast that can also be promotional, promote my products, so on and so forth. And I can also have that cut down into clips for multiple platforms. So I can live stream to multiple platforms in real time, right then and there, promote my offers. So I can go ahead and get sales right away while I'm in the live stream. And that often happens. I can immediately go from publishing, offer a product, profit in real time, or get people to get a free download, get one of my lead magnets, get on my list, use a series of promotion, and eventually convert them into a long tail sale. So then profit happens that way. I can repurpose content, clip it down, go in my other platforms, upload a snippet from the live stream to LinkedIn, promote there, or Instagram or Twitter. And then with the links tied to that, I can either try to generate a product sale or get somebody with a lead magnet. Either way, all roads lead back to profit. And so that's part of one of those nitty-gritty things. The key to this is the diversity of my products. I have entry-level products for people that have never heard of me that want to take a chance. I have $9 products. I cannot tell you how instrumental that has been in growing the customer database, is having the $9 products. And because those have offer bumps in Kajabi, offer bumps are basically, hey, before you check out, do you want this upsell? It's kind of like saying, hey, you just bought the toy. Do you want the batteries to go with that? Or, hey, you just bought this tech. Do you want the insurance plan to go with that? So on the $9 products, there's an order bump to another $9 product. By doing that, I actually end up converting more than half of my $9 one-off sales to being basically $18 real-time sales. So that was practically an overnight change by doing the order bumps in Kajabi. The people that end up buying those $9 products are the people that whenever I do run a coupon on a sale on a product, whether it's my YouTube starter kit at $99, discounted 50% or 40% or 30%. Same thing with my brand deal starter kit to help people get sponsorship opportunities. It's another $99 product, or our new Canva for Creators course. Whenever I have a sale on the $99 products, those people who are very happy that we over delivered with the $9 products, is what we did is we didn't just make a $9 product out of something that could be free. We made something that should be maybe 30, 40, 50, or even in some cases $99. We turned it into a $9 product, and it does very well. And then when people buy more than one, they're very happy and tempted, and they've spent $20 with us. Spending another $40 or $60 isn't that much of a stretch for them when they have it. Even buying something full price at $99 isn't a stretch for them. We've also been able to get some people to become monthly Academy members off of it. And so it also expands the number of people we can do promotion to say, hey, we have a coupon on this. Or, hey, do you want to join Awesome Creator Academy's pro group? Here's what you would get. So the thing is, we have a satisfied customer that's already done a transaction with us. Now we have the ability to promote to them and then get them into another offer and extend that lifetime value of the customer. And the thing is, they're likely to do any of this because of the content that's being published. They're able to get a great real-time experience in the live streams, get their questions answered, get some insights, or see my credibility, enjoy the guests that I bring on, and they're able to get value up there for free. And then it's not hard for them to either go into additional free value in the form of becoming a lead and getting on the newsletter and getting some of the freebies, or going into an affordable product that solves a problem for them right then and there. And then by giving them an easy win with those $9 products right then and there to where they can see results, they trust the other products.
Let's get into the different categories of Kajabi, right? So let's break it down by category. We have coaching, we have courses, we have membership and community, we have cohorts, right? Let's start with coaching. Talk to us about the pain points that you used to experience that you feel are solved by using Kajabi.
Well, when I first started out, I was using a PayPal link in DMs when it came to coaching and converting people. And I felt like that was not the greatest look. And I don't feel like that was the most professional, but that's how I started out back in, I think it was maybe like 2017 or the end of 2016 when I started doing it. That was how it was. And so that wasn't the best experience. Fast forward to today, however, if people go to awesomecreatoracademy.com, you can see what I have now and why it works. If people want to check out the pro group, they can go to awesomecreatoracademy.com/group. And the thing with this is, Kelsey, is that it was a game changer to have a professional looking website just for my coaching, not my personal website and trying to fudge it into my WordPress. WordPress, if anyone's used it, it's okay. It's cheap. It's affordable to just get like $10 a year or $50 a year hosting and get a website and do WordPress, but you're managing everything. I'm a web designer and coder, but Kajabi is a no-code tool. It couldn't be simpler, and it looks better, and it's faster, and it's less frustrating. Also, I don't have to worry about security updates. Kajabi is secure. I don't have to be responsible and be on the hook for that. Not to mention keeping track of customer information, payment processing. No, it's just simpler to have Kajabi. So I didn't have to deal with that nightmare anymore of being on the WordPress side. And what I would tell anybody is, unless you love coding, just get on some kind of content management system for your websites. But for me, it's Kajabi, all in one. Couldn't be simpler. So that was a major pain point. Also, I was able to design gorgeous landing pages without having to go into coding perfection and worrying about, oh God, and did I code it to look good on mobile? With Kajabi, that's easy too, to make it responsive design. That's all built in. And so that was a big deal. And then that helped me convert more coaching clients. I was able with Kajabi to build evergreen experiences into the coaching offer. When people do coaching with me, it feels like a product because we also give them a training dashboard where there's things I want people to know. There's some files I want them to have because I want everyone who coaches with me to have a resource and be on the same page. So I want them to have this resource. I want them to have my PDFs. I want them to have these Cliff Notes and basically the swipe files and things, so that I know that when I'm done coaching with somebody, they still have resources, and I've equipped them to be successful and to be a testimonial and to be a success story. Kajabi lets me do that. It'd be harder to do it on my own.
That's amazing. And the part that really resonated with me, and something that is also a parallel to the StreamYard platform, is the ease of use. It sounds like even if you're not a website designer, you're not a coder, you're not a graphic designer, you can still create a page that's super professional and something that represents you and your brand in a really high quality way. And I love that. And StreamYard helps you do the same thing, even if you're very inexperienced. So we got a couple comments about, people who have tried StreamYard, but they're just not sure how to use it. Just shout out to those folks. We have a ton of resources on the StreamYard website that can walk you through every step of the way. I also host a StreamYard webinar that'll help break it down. But both platforms are super easy to use. And I think that is just a fabulous starting off point for people who might be intimidated otherwise.
Yep. And by the way, I've used everything. I've used almost every competitor of Kajabi before. I've used almost every competitor of StreamYard. I've done it all. With the streaming side, Kelsey, one of the great things, I know that people will, what about OBS or what about Streamlabs? If you are not technical, StreamYard is easier than Streamlabs and OBS. It's not even close. And even someone advanced like me, still, when I want to use those tools, I find it can be frustrating, especially for simple things like wanting graphical overlays. Sometimes they just don't end up where you want them to be. With StreamYard, it's stupid simple. It's great to just make it convenient. And then also the same thing, if with StreamYard, it's easy to switch between graphics when I want to say I want a different brand that I'm working on, versus in those other platforms, it's kind of a pain in the butt. It's kind of a nightmare to get your graphics and switch over to that other brand that you want. So that's one of the other things I like about StreamYard. And between StreamYard and Kajabi, I can have things that I feel in control of, are easy to use, and are customizable to my standards and my brand, and get everything to match and be color coordinated and all of those things. And even if I wasn't technical, I'd be able to teach someone how to do it.
Love that. I love that. Let's now move into courses. So talk to us about the Kajabi courses and what you think about it and how you utilize it.
So Kajabi courses are great. Right now, the only ones we do are $99, what we feel is like very beginner to intermediate level ones. I'm actually working on a $500 plus course for brand deals. That's the Brand Deal Secrets course. But we do some $99 ones like the Canva for Creators course, which was done by my co-instructor, Andy Rivera. She's great. And I'm an Adobe guy. She's a Canva girl, when we're doing this stuff, we still manage to make it work. She made a Canva for Creators course, which is fantastic. It has like 4 hours of training, and it's a steal at $99. We put a bunch of templates in there that people can use and customize. We put some other graphical resources in, and we do something very interesting. So with our offers and our courses, because we have a membership community, we actually, when someone buys one of our course offers, they get lifetime updates because we're updating it for our members anyway, and we're not going to maintain 2 versions of it. You're just going to get the updates. So one of the other things we don't do is we don't do FOMO marketing. So our courses, you can buy them year round. There's no closeout. There's no, hey, buy it now. It's only open during this season or only open for a month, or no, buy it when you get around to it. We don't want to do anxiety-based marketing. And the other good news about that is when we offer products and they're evergreen products, that's evergreen cash flow. People can buy at their convenience. They can watch my evergreen content. They can watch content from a year ago, and it can be a live stream that I did a year ago. Primary example, some of my live streams from last year are still getting hundreds of views a day. Produce them with StreamYard. They're evergreen. They're still earning ad revenue on YouTube, still generating affiliate links. I think they end up generating affiliate sales. I think you guys have seen on the back end that now I'm getting sales either every day or every other day for StreamYard on my affiliate links from evergreen content from my streaming, but it also generates sales. That's why at the beginning of the top of the hour, you saw that I had 139 sales, I think, in the last 30 days. Well, it's because the evergreen content leads to evergreen products. And I do know that when we do the $500 course versus a $99 course, that we're going to do tremendous numbers on that. There's going to be a pathway to where we're going to definitely do over $1,000 a week in revenue off of that, even without a massive launch. Kajabi lets you build courses seamlessly. It has an AI assistant to help you with titles and outlines for your course based on what you tell it, and you can tweak that. It's not going to make the course for you. AI is not that good, but it's going to help you with things like naming conventions, keeping organized, and having a general outline that makes sense, and even maybe product descriptions that might make a little bit more sense to help you with that. If you're struggling a little bit with your copywriting, it can help. And so I really like that. For some of you, I would make a syllabus. So if you want a ChatGPT hack, I would say have ChatGPT help you make a course syllabus. It's not going to make your course for you, but it could definitely help you with a syllabus.
That's super smart. Pro tip. So the courses, it sounds like they help you keep all of your content very consolidated and very convenient, and that helps support, the evergreen nature of that accessible content.
Yes, and I'll tell you what's great about it with the StreamYard side. People watch my StreamYard episodes because I do deep dives, and I'll do 2 to 3 hour deep dives on a topic. People try to use that and enjoy that as a free supplement to buying online courses. However, just because I'm doing a real-time 2 to 3 hour deep dive, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's still, even with how robust that is, the best way to learn something, because I'm still at that point having to cater to an algorithm to some degree. And I'm also have to cater to a live audience and what questions they have. And I'm going to respond and move in line with the chat. So that means I might not be doing things in the proper order. I might be doing things in an order that makes more sense for a live audience versus a sit-down audience that has the time to go through something. Same thing for when you make content. Even if you make playlists or series on YouTube, it's still not necessarily done in a way that has the right continuity, which would be putting in the right order. What I like about courses is you have continuity. You learn it in the right order, or in the order that is best for the learner. You have consolidation of the information from a single source instead of hunting through YouTube and getting conflicting information from different people. You have consolidated, well-curated information with continuity and with consistency in the information, the quality, and the flow.
Awesome.
Single source. So consistency, continuity, curation, and also you have convenience, that's for sure. And then also you have consolidation. So 5 C's.
I love that. And on that note, I want to give the listeners and watchers a little demo of an offering within StreamYard that helps you create your, what you would use for your courses, which is our editing tool. So I'm just going to pull up a little screen share briefly, just to give a little visual of this. So this is within my StreamYard account. And we have a tool called Edit and Repurpose. So essentially how this works is you create a recording within a StreamYard studio, you record your content, you have that finished, right? So I have this recording test that I made. When I click the Edit and Repurpose button, I can, create a short and reel. That's kind of a different topic, but I know, Roberto, you mentioned this prior. But what I want to click on is videos. So this will allow me to trim and clip my videos into, something smaller or shorter, or just I can pull out a certain segment. And it'll also say that again.
You can also edit out mistakes or things. Yeah,
exactly. You can edit out mistakes. If you're, working with a speaker who, maybe flubbed a line and had to go back, you can find that portion and cut it out. You also get a transcript on the left here. So if you want to, click to a certain point, I can click on that and my, little editor bar will go there. So I can click and drag these ends to trim this down. I can also select a certain point and then split this, and I can move these around, right? So it's a simple editor, and we're working on expanding it to have a little more robust capabilities. But for now, I think for a lot of creators, it can be a one-stop shop in terms of creating your content, trimming it to the perfect length, and then, being able to export that and utilize it as a course on Kajabi.
If you plan out your course and you have your outlines and you have your bullet points, as well as potentially if you use a teleprompter, for example, if you use a teleprompter like Elgato's new teleprompter, and you plan out your graphics and your course and everything, you could actually film your entire course in StreamYard using local recordings. And then you could clip and edit it and go straight through and basically do your course live to tape without agonizing levels of editing if you want to keep it simple. And then if you just have good cameras and good lighting like me and good audio, from a production standpoint, production is the key to a good course, as well as good information, which would be your outline and your script if you use scripts, and your teleprompter and delivery. And so with that, and then combining that with using slides for your course, it can all be done live to tape with StreamYard and then uploaded to Kajabi.
Amazing. In the interest of time, let's move into memberships and community. I want to hear your take on this, your thoughts here. I'll bring your slides back up.
Excellent. So, membership communities are great for a lot of things. One, it's great to bring your community together and to be able to aggregate things like your success stories and your wins. In my Facebook group, we share Winning Wednesdays, and that actually gives great testimonials and screenshots for creators. And then that's great marketing and promotion to bring people into Awesome Creator Academy. Primary example, we had one of our members, Ben Cooper. He did another 1 million view video recently, and it was because he was encouraged to go in a direction of higher effort content for his audience, and told, hey, don't make filler content just to make filler content. And it resulted in a 1 million view video. So that's a great testimonial. So when you have membership communities, it's a way to also reinforce the value of your one-on-one coaching offer, and also your knowledge and authority authenticity for your cohorts or your courses as well. So membership communities are great for that, but also for monthly recurring revenue from a profit standpoint. And with that, in my case, we're doing about, I think, $4,000 plus a month with our $59 a month offer on our membership community. Plus, we still have actually a lot of holdovers from our original founding members. So it's a few $29 grandfathered memberships in there. But that's another great thing about these membership communities. I would tell you guys that a strategy we're looking at, and I learned this from Patrick Bet-David, is we're actually looking at something that instead of our twice a week live group sessions, our office hour sessions, we're going to offer another membership within Kajabi, because with Kajabi, you can actually have multiple products, even of a similar type. So we can actually have multiple memberships. And what we're going to offer is a membership that is not going to have the live engagement community. We're going to offer a $9 membership that is going to be our creator vault, which is going to be a curated set of 100 PDF resources that our higher tier pro group members normally get. We're going to have the 100 PDF library. We're also going to take the best podcast interviews I've ever done, and the best workshops and live streams I've ever done, and the best standalone YouTube videos I've done, curate that to Roberto's top 100, and put that in this membership ad-free, different experience than YouTube. So you'll have PDFs, you'll have these videos ad-free, and we're also going to do some audio files for those type of people as well. And so this is just a resource vault, and we're going to say $9 a month to maintain access to these resources. Using the 1,000 true fans theory, that's another monthly recurring revenue cash flow subscription. And so with my audience in YouTube, I have 600,000 subscribers. In Twitter, I have over 90,000. In Instagram, 25,000. LinkedIn, 12,000. I think that if we market and promote for 18 to 12 months, we could get on a $9 subscription, we could probably get 500 to 1,000 people on that membership. And as you can see, that's 6 figures a year ARR if we nail that and we get that right. If nothing else, we definitely can double what we're doing on our larger membership. And if people are happy with a $9 access and we over deliver on that $9 and we're giving them something that feels like it should be $30 or $50 worth of value, it will not be hard to move them up to the $59 a month membership. And so we could probably use that great product to double our membership. So that's kind of one of our plans going into next quarter.
That's fantastic. For those people watching who maybe haven't met you before, I think this question is just helpful for context. So Roseanne says, what kind of community does Roberto sell? What is the product that he sells? Can you just give us a little bit of context so that people who have just met you right now can contextualize what you're saying?
Okay, short version. For those of you not familiar with me, I'm Roberto Blake. I currently have 600,000 YouTube subscribers, and I actually have a great community and audience in other platforms. And I didn't use YouTube to grow my other platforms. I actually grew those other platforms from scratch, which is why they're not as big as YouTube. I've made over 1,600 YouTube videos. I did not start with growing a YouTube channel, telling anyone how to grow a YouTube channel or grow on social media. I started with software tutorials, mostly around video editing, graphic design, and photography. Guess what that leads to? And freelancing. Those are all the skills you actually need to be a content creator anyway. And since my audience grew to 100,000 off of that, once I had 100,000, I had so many requests and questions on how to grow on social media. Because again, it wasn't just that I had this wonderful YouTube community, but most people I knew, even small business owners, were struggling to grow to 10,000 on Twitter and Facebook, which I did. And and then on Twitter, I'm now at 90,000. So a lot of people ask me about that. And they just wanted to keep knowing, hey, Roberto, I want to know what you know, whether that's the software or whether that's the social media marketing component, or, hey, how do I build an online business? You're making decent money. How do I do that? Or how do I find people to help me as far as freelancing? Or how do I become a freelancer who helps other people? So I built my YouTube channel around solving the problems of the creator economy, whether that's the back-end service people of the creator economy who help other businesses and content creators, or whether it's the content creators themselves, and even the platforms like Kajabi and StreamYard through some collaboration and consulting. So that's what I got to. And then with what I built it with Awesome Creator Academy at the end of 2017 that I've been doing now. So we'll just say 2018. So we'll say like 6 years now. What I've done with Awesome Creator Academy for the last 6 years that has done so well is I started doing one-on-one coaching with content creators. And then I decided to reach out to those people who were successful in one-on-one coaching with me and invite them to be some of the original founding members and to do this membership and to do follow-up and say, hey, you can't always afford a call that's worth a couple $100, but what if we had like-minded people working together, could give feedback, could give constructive criticism? And what if you had a place where you felt comfortable and safe to bounce ideas off of people and didn't feel like someone's going to steal your idea, but could contribute and help you? And what if you had more access to me? What would that be worth for you? Would that be worth $1 a day for you? So that was the $29 a month offer. Later, as we grew and grew, I hired Andy Rivera to help with operations and to be my co-instructor. And I met her through a wonderful conference in New York. I live in Atlanta, but I go to New York and California pretty frequently. And so Andy started working with me. And then we were able to expand. We were able to make 100 hours of webinar content together. And we were also able to offer 2 office hour sessions a week. And so that made it worth it to make the value $59. Hey, do you trust me to give you $2 a day in value? So we then took it even further about a year ago. We took all the digital products I have, the YouTube Starter Kit, which has done over 100,000 in sales, 1,600 happy customers with that. And we took things like the Brand Deal Starter Kit, I think 400 or plus happy customers with that. We took all of our digital products from $9 to $99, and we said, you know what? We've only ever had 3 things ever on a pros and cons list that were ever cons. We just made our refund policy easier to read, which I never cared about because we almost never get refunds. We have less than 1% refunds ever in our lifetime in 6 years. And I'm very happy about that because that's a 99 rating. That's what you want. You want A+. So it was like, okay, make the refund policy easier to read. Thank you, ChatGPT. So that was easy problem to solve. And then the other thing they said, hey, we don't feel like you have enough for beginners. That's where we introduced the $9 products. So it's like, okay, we have some very beginner friendly stuff. One reason we so-called didn't have stuff for beginners is I gave so much value away for free on YouTube. I said, look, until you're monetized on your YouTube channel, you don't have to pay me. You don't have to pay me until you're monetized on your YouTube channel. Or if you're not making money online in some other way, use my $0 free content, use my free digital downloads until you're making money from advice that I've given you. And so,
So this is so great. Roberto, I'm just going to cut you off in the interest of time so that we can get to the questions, because I think everyone's so fired up about your knowledge and the way that you explain things and the way you break things down. So I think this is so useful, but I want to make sure that we get to everyone's question.
I'm happy to give some extra time for questions. And while you're bringing that first one, I'll just say one quick thing in 10 seconds. We just decided to just give everybody that's a member access to all the digital products, and that solved the very last con on the pros and cons list.
I love it. That's amazing. All right, so there's a couple of questions about the StreamYard, like the quick demo that I gave. So I'll just address these. Can you have 2 people in it in case you're co-hosting? The answer is yes. So right now we are inside StreamYard, Roberto and I, and we have 2 people. You can have up to 10 people on screen at the same time. So that is the answer to that one. This one says, so no need for additional tools like Descript, it sounds like. Leah, it kind of depends on your needs. The transcription feature within StreamYard that we just released is super useful, so you may not need Descript anymore, but I know that Descript also has amazing features to it as well.
Yeah,
but
it's dubbing and things. It has other things. So from a workflow standpoint, maybe if you use Descript, maybe you have a reason for it. But if you're just doing the simplest editing in the world, you can probably just go ahead and edit your courses in StreamYard. If you need something with more robust editing that's free, though, you can use either Adobe Rush or CapCut for $0.
Nice. That's great insight. Karen says, wait, Awesome Creator Academy is built on the Kajabi platform?
Yes.
Awesome. Suzanne says, what teleprompter do you use?
I don't currently use one because I'm Roberto. But if I need to do ad reads or anything like that, I highly recommend the Elgato prompter. Elgato makes a lot of the best streaming hardware out there. So I would definitely recommend them for all of your hardware streaming needs.
Perfect. Lee says, what do you think about a free community access and make offers for specific products within the community?
I love that idea, and that's a great way to use a community. My friend Chris Doe does this very effectively with the Future. And so I definitely highly recommend it as a strategy. Another strategy some of you could use is a pay what you want course. That way it's technically a free course, but the option for them to pay you something exists there. So it's another way to capture microtransactions that serve as a kind of a donation. You could tell people during your live streams that, hey, go check out my free course or my free offer. It's free, but you can pay whatever you want. And then that's a way for them to give a donation and get something in return similar to a super chat on YouTube. Here's the catch, though. The good news is, unlike with YouTube or Twitch, you're not losing 30 to 50% on that. You're keeping it all. So they can donate to you by just getting your free pay what you want offer.
I love that. Let's see. Okay, there's a couple more, and then we're going to do a giveaway. So stay tuned, everyone. We want to take just maybe 1 or 2 more questions, and then we're going to do a giveaway of both a StreamYard license and a Kajabi license so that a few lucky winners can get started with the package. Okay, this one is about is Streamlabs. I'm assuming Ruby's saying StreamYard. Is StreamYard less taxing on a computer than OBS? And I saw another comment about this too. I run external webcams, and OBS is rough on my computer. It is easier to run. It's in the browser, Ruby. So you just go to StreamYard.com the same way you would go to like your email or social media, and you can start streaming from there. So it's much less taxing on your computer. And if OBS is giving you issues, I would recommend trying StreamYard.
Yep, and I'm going to recommend you use either Firefox or Safari for the streaming because it has less memory leak issues than Chrome. Chrome is a memory monster, even on Mac. So I'm going to recommend you use either Firefox or Safari.
And just to clarify, Safari can only be used on mobile devices, like Apple mobile devices. On the computer, if you're having Chrome issues, Firefox is a great option. And then Jamie says, is the video quality to record your courses in StreamYard lower in the free plan than in the paid plans? The answer to this one is yes. If you're on the free plan, you can stream or record in 720. But if you upgrade your plan, or if you win the giveaway that we're about to go into, then you can stream in 1080 HD. So I think that's a great segue for us. I'm going to bring up our giveaway. So the way this works is whoever put a comment in the chat on either the YouTube channel or in the StreamYard on air that we're streaming to now, you've automatically been entered here. So if you haven't left a comment yet and you want to be entered to the giveaway, drop a comment in the chat now and you will be entered. So we'll give it just another 10 to 15 seconds to make sure we get all of the entries, and then we'll go ahead and do, I think we're going to do 2 draws. And what you guys will win is a 3-month pro license on StreamYard, and I believe a 3-month license on Kajabi as well. All right, our entries are going up. And Roberto, people are absolutely loving you. I don't know if you're seeing the comments, but you're getting a lot of love.
I'm seeing all the love. Also, I want to let you guys know that using StreamYard over on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/@RobertoBlake, I actually did a 3-hour workshop specifically on building membership websites with Kajabi and building your membership and how to market it, promote it, and sell it. And that's a 3-hour free live training and Q&A that you can watch the replay of on my YouTube channel, $0 cost, which will help you even if you want to get on a trial of Kajabi. That will absolutely help you. I also have a series that I'm doing. We're still finishing up a podcast series for beginners on StreamYard, and also some podcast beginner stuff on my channel. But we also will be dabbling into some stuff to help you get up and running if you're new to live streaming with StreamYard. And I recommend you check out the StreamYard YouTube channel. They can help you with all of your beginner streaming needs. And I'm also going to be covering some great stuff, especially those of you who need help on the hardware side. You want to know what microphones, lights, and things to get.
Awesome. Love that. On that note, let's do our first draw. So this is going to be a giveaway for both a 3-month professional plan on StreamYard and a 3-month Kajabi license. And I think, Roberto, correct me if I'm wrong, I think we're going to do 3 draws. Does that sound right?
That sounds about right.
All right. So here we go. 3 lucky winners. Let's draw the first one. And you will know if it's your name that pops up here. Tyler Lowe.
Nice.
Congratulations, Tyler. So to get in contact with us, let me put the contact email for StreamYard, and we'll also make sure that you get in contact with Kajabi to make sure you get this license. So let me put up the StreamYard email here just for reference. All right, we're going to draw another winner here. So congratulations, Tyler. Let's see who our second lucky winner is. Charles Monroe.
Nice.
Congratulations, Charles. So we will get you set up there, Charles, and we're going to do one more draw. Here we go. That's a pretty good drum roll, Roberto. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
And Vivian Kuhn. Congrats, Vivian. This is awesome. One last question from Soulcology. What's the title of that training to build a community with Kajabi, Roberto?
Let me check real quick. I can find out here.
Awesome. While you're doing that, I'll just give some final info. So we are a minute over, so we're going to wrap up real soon here. But thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope this was useful for both sides of our creators, right? Our StreamYard creators, our Kajabi creators, and then the few of you who are ahead of the game and are already using the two in conjunction. We're super excited about this partnership and the ways with which you can grow and expand your community and your brand and your business using both StreamYard and Kajabi. Roberto is the expert, so we were honored to have you on today, Roberto. Roberto, remind me, what is your website? I want to just put that up one last time so that we can direct everyone there as well.
AwesomeCreatorAcademy.com.
Great. I'm going to put up a little graphic here so that everyone can see and check you out. If you want to learn more about Roberto, go to AwesomeCreatorAcademy.com. As always, feel free to check out StreamYard and Kajabi and expand yourself in your life. But otherwise, any last words, Roberto, before we wrap it up?
That free training was called How to Make Money with Membership Websites. And then in parentheses, it was free workshop, so that you know it's a free workshop.
Awesome. Great. So that's everything. For those of you who it's the end of your day, if you're on the East Coast, it's 5 o'clock. Have a great evening. For those of you on the West Coast, have a great rest of your afternoon. And Roberto, this was so fun. And we'll talk to you in the next one.
All right, everybody. Stay awesome. Take care.
See ya.